All right, let's get ready here. Yo, 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 yo. Yo, 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 yo. Yo, 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 yo. Yo, 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 yo. It's your boy, the insurance junkie, your fiduciary fella, the all-star advisor Alonzo Hall. And I've returned to weapon tap on your head with another 8812 solution. I, for some odd reason, have been getting up way earlier in the morning than I'm used to. This is not part of my circadian sleep rhythm. I am not a morning person at all. But due to some changes in my life, some things are happening. Probably because of like the cutting down on the smoking, the quitting of the smoking, but definitely the cutting down. Yeah, I'm not going to say that I've completely stopped. That would be foolish and foolhardy. I'm not a cold turkey kind of guy. But the beginning of quitting of smoking, it changes your habits, and when you change your habits, a lot of stuff changes along with it, even things like your sleep patterns, um, which is crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you hit that like, drop a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're made aware every time I release new content. And as always, share, share, share. Lastly, contribute to channel growth or to schedule an appointment with a licensed financial professional. The links are in the description of this video. Ah, excuse me. I'm going to take you on my morning walk with me, like I try to do every day. Um, I actually been watching some people about like the whole health thing because my health condition is a chronic condition. It's not something that particularly I have any control over. What happens is, um, like I can eat nothing but junk food, or I can eat nothing but healthy food. Right? I could eat, salads and tofu all day. The problem is my digestive system doesn't push whatever I eat out. So I could have nothing but salad and tofu, and my digestive system, my stomach, just goes, man, there's stuff here. We're not pushing it out. So that's how I end up getting sick and going to the hospital. Is basically uh, lifelong constipation, unfortunately, but it causes you to be hospitalized because of dehydration, blah blah blah. But at any rate, due to some changes in things, I've been watching some people who actually have the issue. It's called gastroparesis. Um, Basically, literally, your gastrointestinal system is paralyzed, hence gastroparesis. And so it doesn't, like, the muscles don't actually flex. So that's why I have those issues. At any rate, I've been watching some people, and they've been a couple of like holistic health people, and they've been coming up where they've had gastroparesis for decades, and they're like, well, here's some things you can do, to kind of help you out a little bit. One of those things that the guy was saying was, hey, believe it or not, I know it's cliche, but 10-20 minute walk every morning will really, 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 really help. So now I'm up in the morning with these early birds. I remember when I used to have to get up this early in the morning. I used to have to get up at 6 in the morning to leave my house to be, ironically enough, downtown New Haven, which is where I live now. To then, ironically enough, go around the corners and go to my job that I had. But now being completely self-employed, it's a beautiful thing. I had went and gotten a job because basically I was bored. Um, and you need stuff to do. Joey, what's going on, brother? How you doing this morning? All right. Stay warm out here, brother. And so yeah, I went and got the job because I was bored and I needed something to do. So I think I'm gonna do the same thing again this year because I be bored. So I'd be like, damn, I need stuff to do. Let me go find me something to do. What a midget thick. Yeah, I just saw this shorty out here. She's stupid. God, everything is flaring, flaring, flaring. But I think, ladies and gentlemen, I want to shout out K Business Podcast and the Amazing Hustler yesterday. They apparently are beefing back and forth. I was gonna go on the Amazing Hustlers channel, but I didn't have the opportunity to. Well, he was live. I was like, something else. Shout out to Cherie of Black Women Making Money. Shout out to K Business Podcast. Who else do I know? Shout out to JT the Pocket Watcher. Shout out to Orlando Miner. Shout out to Echoes from Above. He actually did something. He was watching some channels and he was talking about finance channels and stuff. I'm starting to realize that my algorithm is changing, and I'm not watching a lot of certain content anymore. But with that, I'm actually becoming into other algorithms that are a little more valuable. Shout out to Wanda Budgets and Beyond and my budgeting community, right? Shout out to Sheed We Here and the multitudes of communities that he's a part of that he helps to bring us along to, right? And this is what it's about. I mean, yeah, we get our watch hours and our monetization. To me, it's not super important, but the reality is this, especially in America, we're in a capitalistic country. You got to get your money any way you can, right? As long as it's legal, as you're not hurting anybody, then there's nothing wrong with it. I'm in the corner store, y'all, so y'all might hear the music. What's up, Chief? How you doing? Give me one, please.
No, you don't need us to give me one.
I know. Thank you, boss. Have a good one. So you have to thank you, boss. As long as you're not hurting anybody, you got to do what you got to do to make sure that you can sustain yourself in this country. Now, with that being said, you're also going to, the wealthy do have multiple streams of income, but how do they reach those streams, right? There's got to be something that they do to reach those streams. Now, things like a YouTube channel may or may not be it. I'll be honest, for us who create true evergreen content and we create things that aren't, you know, superbly controversial and everything like that, then believe it or not, over time will be the larger monetized channels. But unfortunately, the people who are talking the nonsense, oh, the black women is garbage, the black man is garbage, those people are going to get immediate faster traction, right? It's just like the car accident on the highway. Nobody stops when they just see, a car just driving regularly, but everybody stops and pulls over when they start to see the car accident, right? That's kind of how that happens. Dr. Mark, what's up, brother? Salute to you. Happy New Year. Hopefully you and yours had an excellent celebration time. You know, to me, I don't do, oh, it's the new year, I got to be a new me, a new resolution. There should be a new you every day if that's the case, because yesterday is gone and tomorrow's not here yet. So there's always that promise. It's really just the change of the calendar, but I barely try to celebrate my own birthday. So, now I do celebrate my wife's birthday. That's a whole nother story. But again, folks like us who create content that has meaning, has merit, inspires, that's what's called evergreen. So no, you're not going to get the money today. No, you're not going to get the money tomorrow. Shoot, you might not get the money for the next 3 years, right? Meanwhile, you'll see these people talking this nonsense. Ooh, Tasha K, the latest bullshit, da 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 da. And you'll see them with 70 people in the box, and you're going live every day, and you're like, man, I can't get, 4 people. Listen, don't worry about it. What happens is over time, because it's evergreen content, it can stay there. It doesn't get piled with the nonsense and the bullshit. So when people are looking for actual content with merit, you'll show up. What do I mean? If you look at the content creators who push out bullshit, they have to keep pushing out bullshit every single day, 3 and 4 times a day, 4 and 5 hours a day. Most of us who do content of merit, yeah, every once in a while, I might have a 4 hour panel, right? But some of these channels I used to go to, especially during the pandemic, everybody was inside. But then after the pandemic, everybody pretty much saw, wow, YouTube is a great way that I can go get monetized because I see these idiots on here getting monetized in 3 and 5 weeks. But those idiots have to keep doing the monkey show, right? Us, an hour, maybe. Might do a 2 hour show, maybe, right? It's not always the same time. It's not every day, right? Me and Kay, we don't go live all the time at the same time. Dr. Mark, he doesn't go live all the time at the same time. Why? Because we got real shit going on in our real life, right? Like shit. Today, I'm bored. So around 10 o'clock, I'm probably going to start driving Uber Eats so I can have something to do, right? Because I'm like, damn, I've been home since Thanksgiving. Haven't really had too much human interaction because, the holidays and stuff. So I'm like, you know what? It's difficult as well because I'm actually self-employed, right? So I've been self-employed since 2008. Now, yes, have I taken a job here or there? Yes. But it's difficult because I don't get that much human interaction. And I'm a salesperson, so I crave human interaction. It's difficult for me now because being here in New Haven, it's a small podunk town, bro. Yeah, it's popular because, Yale, New Haven, or Yale University, Yale Hospital, and Connecticut, New Haven Pizza. But most people know of New Haven because of Yale University. This is a town of 131,000 people. I left Brooklyn. There was like, let's see, the state of Connecticut has 3.5 million people. The borough of Brooklyn has 2.6 million people. So I left a city that had almost as much of a population as an entire state. So being here is very difficult to get human interaction because you end up interacting with, there's not as much crossing over, right? So I'm not going to really run into the well-to-do people out here. It's just a little harder to do because the crowds don't mix, right? So I end up running into kind of a lower class. And, say what you will, classism is a real thing and it needs to be a real thing. Classism is something that is much more real than racism. Um, just kind of the way it goes. So, you know, uh, I don't know. I just hold on really quick. I got a text message coming in. Anyway, I was there it is. What's up, Kwapi? So yeah, you're gonna it's very difficult here to run into the well-to-do people. It's just it's a completely different thing. but classism is way bigger of a factor than racism. And what ends up happening is generally it's broke people who fall under the racism banner, right? I was on a panel yesterday, not on a panel, I was on something, and there was this dude talking about, there was a white lady who was a sportscaster, and she said that she didn't feel that was Lamar Jackson was quarterbacky enough for her. And then a lot of the guys on the show, you know how the football players and athletes have like their shows now, their podcasts, and a lot of the guys were like, "Yeah, well, you know how they treat black quarterbacks." And I was like, "Well, yeah, usually they might sway off of black quarterbacks, but that's generally due to the play and you know the play style. You also have to realize that they are fitting your play style into their coaching style, right? Let's use one black quarterback from Ohio State who went to the Cleveland Browns, Terrell Pryor. He started off quarterback. They was like, yeah, you're better suited as a wide receiver. He became a wide receiver, had a pretty good career as a wide receiver, right? And then I said, a lot of folks are, oh, they're from Fox News. They're bigoted and racist because they're on Fox News. You mean the same Fox like FS1 that hired Shannon Sharp, the same FS1 that went and hired Keyshawn Johnson, the same FS1 that went and hired ex-cokehead Michael Irvin? That's the racist and bigoted company, right? Okay, and that means what now? That they really don't like black people, so they hire them. So it's so hard to find. Yeah, that is true. That's very true. Coffee. But so I responded to them. I said, well, let's look at it the other way. What about Run CMC, Christian McCaffrey? He's the highest paid running back in the league. Is it because he's white? No, it's because he's the best running back in the league. Um, and it seems to be like you said, Qualfie, most of the lower classes really don't get the point, right? Wealthy people, what I've noticed, because I used to be, oh, racism, race, and I'm not saying that biases and prejudice don't exist. I'm not saying it absolutely doesn't exist. It absolutely does. But even if you look at when you look at quote unquote racism or things like KKK, it's usually an older, or not an older, but a less well to do white guy, right? It's never like the rich white guy, it's a less well to do white guy, right? So if that's the case, then you're probably looking at a situation where they're mad because they're broke and they need somebody to scapegoat for their brokenness. So they scapegoat the nearest thing, which at the time was the black guy, right? Right now, you have people who are using, oh, the Hispanics. That's the new thing, right? Oh, the Mexicans. You know, um, they definitely abuse that talking point, right? Not everything is about race, but a lot of the time, a lot of folks will be, oh, the racism, the racism. It's not racism, bro. I want to know that you can effectively perform what I'm paying you to do. If you can't effectively perform what I'm paying you to do, uh, you know, I can't rock with it. That's the long and short of it. But I wouldn't say that folks are just clamoring. Oh, let me ruin the black guy. That's not what people are doing. At any rate, folks, I'm just sitting here kind of rambling for the moment, getting shit off my chest. But I think that's the reality of the situation. Smells good, boss. You know, and I just find it that It's odd. Like I said, I'm gonna get back to the reality. So we got to create our content so that it can be something that can be looked at and looked back upon. You know, Coffee, we got dudes who are up here for 4 and 5 hours talking about, oh, the black woman wronged me and she's messing with Pookie and she won't give me a chance. Why won't she give me a chance? And it's like, dang, man, like I got into the black manosphere space in the year 2020. I went there thinking, oh, cool. It's a space where some black dudes not talking bullshit. Uh, didn't know that. It wasn't. Yeah, being trained that way and by their company model, right? That's literally all it is. A company has a certain, you know, prime example. I'm self-employed, but I still work under a firm. My firm has certain rules, right? One of those rules, now, because I'm my own boss, when I'm doing my own thing with my own clients, I can do it the way I want to do. But the principal of my company is basically the boss. Even though I'm self employed, everybody has a boss. Even when you own your company, your boss is your clients, right? So the principal of my company requires that when we do a Zoom or when we meet with a client, hey, listen, I require you as the male. This is for men, for the male agents. Hey, listen, if you're gonna be under my umbrella when we're sitting with clients, I require you to wear at least a collared shirt. I'd prefer you to wear a suit and tie, but minimum you have to wear a shirt with a collar. If you don't, you will not be allowed on these meetings. So even when we just have our regular, hey, it's Monday, we're having our sales training meeting. Guess what? If you're a man, you better come with a collared shirt. So ironically enough, since he had that standard and set that standard, every agent that works with me has that standard set. So every agent that comes and works with me now, if you're male, hey bro, I'm gonna need you to wear a collared shirt when we're sitting with a client. They'd be like, why? I'd be like, because that's the rules. That's just the way it goes, right? Shirt is a very important thing. What's up, Chief? Had to give me something to drink. So, you know, I require a collared shirt, period. I don't want to hear no ifs, ands, buts, humming humminess. Listen, if you're going to do business through us, a shirt with a collar is just that simple. Sorry, boss. What do I want to drink? I'm gonna get me an orange juice. No, I got orange juice at the crib. I'm gonna get me a chocolate. Nobody ever got the yellow one no more, man. The yellow one slap. He says has to do the same, but they don't say. Hey, broke genius, what's going on? It says when you do gig economy work, the privilege is that you can do it on your own terms, schedule wise, but you must follow the ethics and models of the company you're working with. Franchise restaurants, yeah, yeah, franchise restaurants, absolutely. I'll give you guys an even better example. Uh, Back in 2014, 2015, I spent the money and I bought an all-state insurance agency. And with that all-state insurance agency, right, they require $50,000 liquid and a $10,000 deposit. One, but hmm? Oh yeah, it's I'm on a live stream. And one second. Yeah, I don't have any change. It's the smallest thing I got now. Um, but they required that I use a specific place to purchase my furniture, and I had to use the furniture in the color scheme of the furniture that they wanted. So I had to buy specific couch, specific desk chair. Thank you.
2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20.
Thank you, brother.
Have a good one, brother.
Yes.
Snowing outside?
No, it's just cold. It was trying to rain, but no, it's just chilly. I don't think we're gonna get snow this year. Global warming, brother. And yeah, what's up, sis? So, you know, even though I own the franchise, right? It was Allstate Insurance Alonzo Hall Agency, right? So it's my agency under the Allstate brand. But I was, guess what? Under the Allstate brand. So you know what that meant? That meant I had to do it the way that Allstate decided to do it. Even though all my money came from me making sales, guess what happened? The two people that I hired, because I would have just opened the agency, kept my overhead low, and been like, hey, I'm gonna just do everything myself. Allstate was like, no, no, no. You need to hire two employees and you need to pay them at least this much. And I was like, are y'all gonna give me the money for that? And they were like, no, you open the franchise. What do you think this is? You spend your money, you go hire people, and then you pay them at least this much. I said, well, what if I don't? You don't get to open the agency. You don't get to use our name. So even though it was my business, my company, my money, it was their name. And their name was going to bring in way more money than just my name. I could have just went and, like I am now, became a broker and done what I'm doing now. But me being a broker is really hard, right? Why is me being a broker really hard? Because nobody's ever heard of fucking Alonzo Hall. Who the fuck is Alonzo Hall? I don't know you. I've heard of State Farm. I've heard of Allstate. I heard of, Farmers or Liberty Mutual. I never heard of Alonzo Hall. Who the fuck are you? Why should I give you my money? So now I have to explain, hey, listen, I can give you any of these companies, right? Because these companies ask me, hey, bring all your customers our way. But the consumer doesn't know that because the companies do a well enough job of putting their name out there. Now, here's the other side to it. The company will put out all these commercials, and guess what happens? I have to abide by the rules of some of those commercials. One of the things that took me off about Allstate that was a little bit different from State Farm is Allstate was like, yeah, we're a brand and we have rules. Like Qualfie said, rules, right? One of those rules was this. If a client has a policy with Allstate and they come into your office, I don't care what part of the country they're from, you have to accept their payment. Now, when I accept their payment, the difficulty is that when you're in sales or insurance, you get paid based on a commission. So the only commission I get is based on, for example, Qualfie, let's say you owned an Allstate on your side of town and I own an Allstate on my side of town. And Enya is your client, right? She got her car insurance from you. But she happens to be on my side of town and it's the end of the month and she's like, oh, snap, my car insurance bill is due. Oh, snap, there's Allstate. Hey, Alonzo, what's up? I need to pay my bill. Boop, boop. Qualfie's going to get his money from her paying her bill. Guess what I'm going to get? The fact that she paid her bill. That's all. That's it. Now, if it was State Farm, she could be like, oh, there's a State Farm. Let me go up in there and pay my bill. And I could look at her and say, ma'am, I'm sorry. You're not my client. I can't accept your payment. You have to either pay directly through statefarm.com, the corporate app, or you have to go to Qualfie Nino's State Farm agency because he's your agent. And then when you pay your bill through State Farm corporate, Qualfie Nino gets his commission. Or when you go to Qualfie's State Farm agency, he gets his commission. Allstate didn't care. And that's why I had to close mine down, because I had a bunch of people in my neighborhood. I was in East New York, and they had already had car insurance, because unfortunately there was a guy in Lawrence, which is a wealthier area, that had already inundated most of the area with the clients. So they just come and they used my office as a bill payment center. Well, Allstate was happy. They were like, "Hey, cool, we got people paying their bill." Okay, what's up? But in terms of what's going on, boys, how you doing this morning? Happy New Year to you. All right. So, give me 1 second, y'all. Yeah, that's the situation. So, when you go pay your car insurance, if it's not with your agent, the guy who accepts your payment is sitting there messed up, like, damn, I have to accept this payment, but I get absolutely nothing from it. Right? It's just the same thing with corporate cell phone store versus an independent carrying the net. Yeah, right. If it's you know, Metro PCS, or Don's cell phone store, right? So there's a lot that goes into that. Oh yeah, fees can be hell when you're accepting payments. See, people don't understand. You have to pay fees, transaction fees. It might be 25 cents on every $5, right? But when people are coming in there paying hundreds of dollars at a time, and then boom, and then I got to pay for running a quote. That's why with car insurance, you'll hear people, free quote, free quote. They used to charge you for a quote, because when I run your report and I run your driver's license, every time I run your driver's license, that's $25 I got to pay. I got to pay the whatever local state DMV. At least in New York, it was only $25. Some places it's 50. Some places $100 every time you run somebody's driver's license. So while you're shopping around, hey, let me get this car insurance quote. Well, the poor sap who owns that insurance company running quotes for you, that's costing him money, right? So yeah, that's why people get salty in businesses, because they're like, dang, you say here costing me money. Okay, what's up, man? I saw old boy went live on you yesterday too. Now I'm gonna have to come and do a live about the both of y'all. uh you and the amazing hustler. I'm gonna have to do a live talking about both of y'all now. But the reality is, if we can just, you know, make and follow some rules, he says, knowing me, even if I wasn't attracting all state customers. Yeah, well, see, that can be difficult too. Hey, what's up, brother? All right. So when you're I wish I could do that, but you sign all sorts of non-competes and everything. And they'll sue the bejesus out of me if I were to use their name after we had separated. And I can't afford a lawsuit from a company that big. I got you, brother. You need to get in? There you go. You brought me some snacks? No, I'm all right.
Like I said, and I'm not going to repeat myself. Take a box.
Okay, thank you. Oh, yeah. Thank you, brother. Have a good one. It says so many places like that. Yeah, yeah. U-Haul is one of them. They're independent carriers, right? Now, I'm also going to be doing a video about the 15 best franchises to start. I'll probably do that later on this week, where I'm talking about the best 15 franchises. What's going on, boss? So that you guys can learn some of the good franchise businesses to actually start as well. There's nothing wrong with the franchise. You just have to know what the rules are, and you have to know what you're getting into. Because when you're getting into business, whether it's for yourself or under a moniker, there's a lot that goes with it. Prime example, to start a McDonald's, you have to have a net worth of $1 million. And I believe you have to have at least 50. I think it's $250,000 you need liquid to open the McDonald's. People would be like, why do I need all that money to open a McDonald's? Well, first, you got to buy, you got the real estate, you got the lease. Oh, okay. You meant while I was with them, build my independent business under their name. Yeah. Um, that can be dicey and tricky too, though. To be honest, only because they monitor, right? So they'll allow you to like broker things out. But hey, perfect imperfection. How's it going, boss? Good morning, sweetheart. Thank you. So they'll allow you to broker things out, but they have absolute control from beginning to end. So they actually set up a camera system in your office. They say it's for security. You have to pay for it, but I'm sure they get a feedback to them to see what's going on in your office. And again, unfortunately, it's the rules, right? It was a hell of a lot easier for me to get business using the Allstate name. I'm not even gonna lie, because again, who the fuck is Alonzo? I don't know who Alonzo is. I'm not going over there. I ain't never seen him insure nobody. I know Allstate. I see their commercials, right? I used to have to argue with people on their commercials because some of their commercials, you'll not see the fine print where it says stuff doesn't apply. What's good, man? So you'll not see the commercials where it says stuff doesn't apply, and when or stuff doesn't apply in certain states. So, for example, Allstate had like the accident forgiveness. Hey, if you don't get an accident for X amount of time, we'll lower your premium. And I used to have people call me, why I've been with y'all for such and such a time. Why is my premium not lowering? I don't know, sir. Have you had an accident? No. Well, why does the commercial say this? Well, sir, I don't control Allstate. I control my office. you know. So it's funny. I know one damn thing. When Indian people start to own certain franchises, they do not follow the rules. For example, Church's Chicken, they can. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I'll give you a trick on that. I happen to know, like for example, franchises like Dunkin' Donuts, Church's Chicken, so and so, even McDonald's, they do require you to use a certain amount of their stuff for your inventory. So, hey, listen, I'm Dunkin' Donuts. You have to use, you have to order a certain amount of Dunkin' brand coffee. And ironically enough, mentioning the Indians, this is very popular among them. So they will purchase exactly how much Dunkin' Donuts brand coffee they need to purchase from Dunkin' Donuts. Because, see, these franchises, McDonald's, Dunkin' Donuts, KFC, they make money off of their franchisees, right? They don't really make money. They make money by selling burgers and fries and coffee to their franchisees. Their franchisees make money off of, you know, hopefully the markup that they give. But I know Dunkin' Donuts, they'll buy the coffee and then they'll come to the local place and buy more of the just regular whatever coffee and use that. Uh, yeah. Oh, no, you never lie there, coffee. That's absolutely true as well. But again, a lot of the time it's also a quality control thing. So sometimes people won't follow the rule, and you know, some people don't care about the quality control. hmm So this sometimes you do have the freedom to not follow all of the corporate specials. And they'll put that in the fine print in their national commercials, but most of the time you won't see that, right? So that's just kind of how that happens or how that one works. Like I said, it's nothing too crazy, right? But that's just kind of the thing. Mr. Mac, what's going on? Ladies and gentlemen, Please follow this gentleman right here, Roundtable with Mr. Matt. This is the guy I was talking about yesterday, who is the reason that I'm actually here. He I don't know if you have a wrench yet, Matt. If you don't have a wrench, I'll get you one later because I'm not on my YouTube. Actually, give me 2 seconds. Let me see if I can turn on my cell phone. And on my cell phone, I'll get you a wrench. And you can put your link in the description. So this guy here is the reason that I started creating content. He and I, we were talking. This was around the pandemic. We actually know each other in real life. And during the pandemic, we were talking. I was on yes, I was on the Kevin Samuels wave at the time, and he was like, "Yo, man, you should start creating some content, and do a little bit of something every day. Especially, you got this insurance stuff that you be talking about. This is information people kind of need. Why don't you start putting some videos out?" And I was like, all right." And then I started putting videos out. So y'all got Mr. Mac to blame for me putting out content all the time. Um, but make sure that you follow the gentleman because he's going to be creating some content too, and hopefully, in the near future, he'll be able to have that out there. Let me shout out to my man She. My man She is live right now. So I might run over and see him as well. But yeah, let me say what up to Sheed. Sheed in the building doing his thing, doing the walk and talk live. So I'm probably about to, yeah, definitely make sure we all follow each other here. I try to make sure that happens. Go on a second. I was like, man, I'm over here working, about to get ready to do my live. I'm gonna catch the replay though. Yeah, I'm letting she know I'm watching him right now while I'm live. When it come down to things with the relationship aspect, you gotta be ultimately trying. Let me run to my channel right quick, just so I can I got to a point when I was like, man, get you right quick, Mr. Mac. See if I can get you a wrench. Roundtable with Mac. Give him a wrench. Add as moderator. All right, so Mr. Mac, you should now have a wrench on the channel, so you'll also be able to do that. I tried to do that, so just most everybody who comes through here, I basically want us to all be able to follow each other and go explore each other's channels, etc., etc. Thank you, Enya, for dropping his channel. Right, these are definitely people that all should be in each other's lives. My man Broke Genius definitely has an impact on my content as well. One of the reasons that I stopped being fearful of going live was because of my man Broke Genius, and he was like, in a lot of these spaces that we happen to frequent, it was a lot of nonsense we didn't want to hear. So what did we do? We said, you know what? I'm tired of hearing this nonsense. I'm gonna just go live myself, and we'd end up doing lives ourselves. So that's kind of helpful as well. Roundtable, you got some new subscribers, man. So make sure you don't disappoint us. Nah, he's not gonna disappoint. He's definitely coming out with great content. And if you don't know, he's on the business tip. So he's going to be talking to you guys a lot about different businesses, business ideas, so on and so forth, as well as fashion and style. Right. So, with that fashion and style and everything, you're looking at, you know, um, a bunch of stuff that really is important, especially when it comes to Black men in America, um, because one of the things that we always talk about as brothers is, hey, listen, um, I want to be in business or a position of power, da 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 da. Well, in business and in positions of power, you have to wear the attire of a business person or of a position of power, right? Just like if I was a plumber, you wouldn't expect me to come to your house in a suit and tie, right? You'd be like, okay, because it's um give me 1 second here. I'm responding to a text message. Uh, so yeah, I'm actually sitting here on a post right now because again there was some woman who was talking about, he says, I just started a new channel myself called Let's Address It. Okay, that's what's up. We definitely got to address things, you know what I mean? And definitely, Mr. Mac, you want to rock with narratives and dialogues. This man, when you talk about fashion, and yes, he'll wear sneakers and stuff too. Cool, because I do too, right? He'll wear, the latest Nikes, the latest Adidas, even a print T-shirt. But there's levels to it, right? And there's a place and a time for things, right? If you want to be considered business, if we want to be taken serious in business, we have to wear the attire that's known for business. And that would happen to be a suit and tie. It's just kind of what you wear in business. She, what up? Did you just stop going live? I was watching you on my other phone. But you have to wear a certain attire in business. So I'm gonna have to catch your replay sheet. But when you're wearing that attire in business, you're going to be taken seriously in business. When you're going to play basketball, you're not going to wear bowling shoes. You're going to wear basketball shoes, right? Though a grown man can wear whatever he wants, you're going to wear basketball shoes on the basketball court. So when you come into the business arena, dress in business attire. A suit and tie is just common business attire, right? Oh, you just stopped. Okay. Because I got you on my other phone. And I was like, hold on, wait, what happened? Yeah, we out here supporting, man. We gonna make sure we get our watch hours up and our monetization and everything so that we can definitely have, us as the content that floods, right? I realize I'm gaining a bigger responsibility because, right, I was on yesterday with Kay, and I was signing off on his channel, and he was like, whoa, 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 you can't just leave without your regular sign off. And so I had to do my, when people challenge you, they don't challenge you to challenge you, but they challenge you to challenge you slogan. But the reality, that's inspirational to people, right? Those words are inspirational to not just me, but I'm sure to a lot of you all, right? And here's one thing I know. Shout out to Malika. Malika, I haven't forgotten. I'm sorry. Yesterday I ran into a little busyness, but I will send you the documents this morning that I have forgotten to send to you. It was just a quick oversight because I sent everything so fast. And at the end of the year, but you're good. And again, I do apologize for that. It was just a brief oversight. And So when you're looking at yeah, KB going, well, KB going live randomly. Like I said, most of us, because we have things going on in our real life, right? You are, every time you go live, you're working. Every time. You're either working, coming from work, or on the way to work. So that means that you've got stuff going on in real life, right? Your whole life ain't based on this YouTube algorithm, right? There's guys in these spaces who everything they do is based on this YouTube algorithm. And if you take YouTube away, they're in trouble. Now, if you take YouTube away from me, I'm in trouble a little bit too, but for a different reason, right? The reason I'd be in trouble if you took YouTube away from me is because I couldn't have the reach that I have. I'd be relegated to one state. Right now, I'm eligible to go across 50 states and I'm licensed in 13 states, right? Prime example, Malika is my client. She's not in my state. Sheed is my client. He's not in my state, right? But again, even with like these slogans and stuff that I use, the reason I use them is because we got brothers like Sheed and brothers like Kay who their children watch my content. So I'm going to try and, clean up my language a little bit because I have children watching me, right? I've got young children watching me because they can learn, you know, something about finance. So, I'm not going to promise that it's going to be all cleaned up, but I will be a little more cognizant and try to make it a little more wholesome and consumable for the youth because a lot of this information is very valuable and the sooner you know it the better. The younger you are with it the better it is for you to know it. And that felt so good to me yesterday when I signed off with Kay and he was like, nah man, you can't just leave my channel all willy-nilly. He said you got to do your sign off, bro. And then when I did it, he and his kids did it along with me. So that means that that's an impact. So we have to be very cognizant about the impacts that we have on people. And people like me, people like she, people like Kay, once Malika starts her channel, right, we have an impact on people. So please, definitely, ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you're aware of that, you're cognizant of that, and you rock out with that. Right? It's a very I felt so good about that. Like that was such a good feeling to know that people actually appreciate what I'm saying, right? So thank you all for, coming to rock with me and appreciating what I'm saying. Malika said one day, Malika, you got stuff going on. That's why I ain't worried about no YouTube channel. Malika over there getting that money, honey. She's setting up the retirement. And she's over there. Oh, you know what? Shout out to Savings Minus Debt. I didn't even mention him, right? I'm shouting out a lot of the channels that I like to watch, right? That have merit or have, some kind of a content behind it that is not, the latest celebrity gossip, oh, Taraji P. Henson, oh, delusional women, oh, delusional men. None of that. Why? Because none of that is going to affect your bottom line. Now, yes, dating and mating is important because there's a lot of single people out there. But a lot of this dating and mating advice is absolute basura, straight trash, straight garbage. And it probably shouldn't be heavily consumed. Now, don't get me wrong, I consume some of it too because I do come to YouTube for entertainment. But what we have to realize is YouTube is, I think, the second largest search engine, and people aren't coming to YouTube to be entertained. People are coming to YouTube to learn. Queen, and what's going on? People are coming to YouTube to learn. That's why they call it YouTube University. Mr. Etta, what's going on? That's why they call it YouTube University, because you come here to find out how to. You come here to find out about people with products and services. Again, like I said, that's why I got, Sheed and Kay, your kids watch, right? She'd said it before. Yeah, I watched some of your videos with my sons so that we can, learn some of the finance stuff, right? So we have to have content creators who come out here and create content that has merit, right? The difficulty is a lot of content creators who want to create content with merit are either afraid or they're too focused on, oh, it's got to be perfect. I have to have this look. Listen, man, the only way to get it out there is to get it out there. What happens is if your content has any merit or any substance to it, people will latch on. They don't really care about, oh, he has the greatest quality microphone and the greatest quality camera. You'll get there. I'll tell you exactly how you'll get there. Shout out to my man, Underrated Darkness. What will happen is, and shout out to you guys, my followers, because you have done this for me. What will happen is you'll start to get support. Your follower base will start to support you. Your follower base will start to do things like send you cash apps and super chats, and then you'll turn around and be like, "Wow, my client just my following just sent me these dollars. Let me invest back into my channel." Right? And then you'll start doing that. That's why I went and I did things like purchase certain apps so that now when I put out my videos, I make sure that they have closed captions so that you guys can read along with what I'm saying. Right? I actually did and I went and bought a microphone. I went and bought a webcam. I went and bought a soundboard. Do I use the soundboard? No, because I'm not a guy who goes live and does a whole production show. I'd rather just do it from my iPhone. Well, not my iPhone, my Android. I'm team Android, but do it from my cell phone. Pick up my cell phone, walk and talk. Now, when I want to do a creative full video, I actually have people who are videographers. I could pay him $600 and he'll do 2 hours worth of videos for me. Right? Production quality. But what you'll have is you'll have a lot of nonsensical content creators who will, spend boatloads of money on cameras and this, that, and the third, and then they have content with no substance. So what you're in essence doing is basically paying for them to, create a useless, pointless movie. Here, we're going to try and give you something that inspires you. Something that makes you say, right? Like I said, later on in the week, I might even do it straight today and give you guys a video of some of the best franchises to open. Right? And then we're going to look at franchise fees. I started my series of the right questions, know what to ask, because you guys don't know what to ask a financial professional. How do I know this? Because shout out to Kay, he was defending JT the Pocket Watcher because people were asking JT the Pocket Watcher, who had exposed Jay Morrison's real estate scheme, if he would go to the conference where Jay Morrison was having. The reason people asked him to go was because he would know the questions to ask. But the thing is, unless you paying that man, he can't really go on your behalf, right? Unless you paying that man to go ask them questions for you. So I'll go ahead and ask those questions or show you guys some of the questions that you need to ask, right? Because like oftentimes people will, oh, what's this? And then they'll go to Google. Like I said, a 1035 exchange. If you go to Google right now and say, what's a 1035 exchange? They'll tell you it's a like-kind transaction from an annuity to an annuity or a life insurance to a life insurance. They won't tell you that And if you do if you Google what is a 1031 exchange, it'll tell you it's a like kind exchange from real estate to real estate. But a 1035 exchange trumps a 1031 exchange. This is why I shit on real estate agents, because they want you to do a 1031 exchange so they get double commission, because they get the proceeds from the sale of your house and the proceeds from you buying another house. But then you're stuck in a mortgage. Why would you do that when you could do a 1035 exchange, which is a like kind transaction? So you take $250,000 from an endowment or the proceeds from that property that you sold, and you put it into a 1035 exchange or an annuity, which is a retirement account. Now you have that money basically hella liquid. It's in a retirement account, so you have it for the future. If in the future you want to buy real estate, you still have access to the money, and you can wait until the interest rates go down, right? But see, most realtors don't even know that that works. And when you go to Google, because I talked to a real estate agent, he was like, I ain't never heard of a 1035. Googled it, didn't respond to me, but the stupid motherfucker ain't selling no real estate. Right? At any rate, ladies and gentlemen, I've been going for about an hour. I'm going to talk for a few more minutes, but I got to actually get going. I got to do some paperwork. Lashes, what's up? How you doing today? I got some paperwork and stuff to do. Ironically enough, I got to make sure to as you said, as I told you, I got to send something out to a few different places. We've always got paperwork and stuff. Just like shout out to Cherie, Black Women Making Money. She was on here yesterday. She was like, "Hey y'all, I'm live. I'm listening in the background. I'm sitting here closing some mortgages, right? Closing loans, right?" So this is what we're doing, y'all. We're doing business while we're out here. Shout out to Lash's journey. Lashes is actually one who actually helped us with that health journey. Shout out to the superfood parents as well, right? One of the things they said, like Lashes was saying, she went to get the whole health profile. If you can afford it, I think it's a good idea to go to that. If not, no problem. But you can do something like Superfood Parents said. Hey, listen, maybe you don't jump out the window and just change your eating lifestyle and habits all at once. Not everybody can do that, right? Maybe you're the guy who needs to go. Hey, listen, instead of this here turkey sandwich, I'm gonna put some veggies on it, right? Like one of the things I want to do is I want to get back to one of my favorite snacks, which is just cucumbers with a little bit of salt, right? And that was one of my favorite snacks back in the day. Um, it's a great, delicious snack as well. So, and it's very healthy. Cucumbers are healthy as shit. They're basically water. um, And if you juice, one of the best tasting juice, actually, I like celery juice. And celery is like a broom in your stomach. If you eat or drink celery juice, oh my God, you just clear your day out because you're going to be in the bathroom for a little while because that celery is going to wipe everything from your insides. It's very fibrous and it's going to clean out your body. Right. But those are the things that we need. Health is wealth. So the healthier we are, the wealthier we are. Well, I didn't quite understand what that meant, but let me break down what that means to you. So the health that you're going to have is, hey, now that I'm healthy, I've got a clearer mind. Right. So now when I've got a clearer mind, I can make better decisions. I was watching a channel last night and a person was talking about bodybuilders. Oh, you put apple cider vinegar with your cucumbers. Okay. So another great juice outside of celery juice. Malika apparently doesn't like celery. I love celery. Celery with a little bit of ranch. Oh, I'm in heaven. I have not tried the apple cider vinegar on the cucumbers. I'm gonna have to try that. But if you juice cucumbers and watermelon, oh my God. Number one, that is like a detox as well. Quinn, you don't like celery either? Oh man. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all hit that like, drop a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And as always, share, right? But celery, he said, yeah, I'll kill a veggie tray. Listen, I'll kill a veggie tray too, man. But I'm definitely gonna try the apple cider vinegar on the cukes. That sounds delicious. Cause listen, man, Celery Nation, let's go, Celery Nation. Let's get that celery popping, right? But I think, yo, if our health gets back together, like, yo, I'm definitely getting excited with this health. She says, but that celery is always left. That's all right. You know what, Malika? You could bundle all that celery up and send it to me. I'll eat the celery. Me and she will eat the celery. Right? Um, he says, I eat veggie trays driving. See? She'd be sitting there eating a veggie tray driving. I love me a good veggie tray. Oh, that is so good. Veggie tray, like I said, with a little bit of ranch, or to be honest, I just dab it with a little bit of salt. Like the diced carrots, I dab with a little bit of salt. Now, here's a weird combination that I, ironically enough, found out about accidentally in the hospital, which is lightly salted potato chips and applesauce. The combination is, well, the sweet and salty, but it slaps. Oh, it slaps. It slaps like bejesus. You just would not imagine. But at any rate, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get ready to wind down because now I'm about to go make myself some scrambled eggs for breakfast because that's kind of, oh, cantaloupe. Yes, you got to love the cantaloupe. One of my favorite smoothies, ironically enough, though I don't like the seeds in it, is blueberry. Uh, oh, see, Lashes, see you out here walking, she. And shout out to Lashes, Sheed, and Wanda Budgets and Beyond. Is definitely one who got me saying, you know what? While I get up every morning and walk, I might as well talk to my people, but I can also walk, right? And so I'm not just stationary in the house, but I'm walking around getting my exercise, right? Getting your blood pumping, especially for men in our 40s, bro. We got to do that every day. We neglect our health, right? And in neglecting our health, um, that's kind of abuse, not to ourselves, but to also our family, right? Me being in and out of the hospital all the time, that's kind of spousal abuse. Why do I say that? Bananas, strawberries, and blueberries every morning and on the weekdays. See, I do pineapple, but I do pineapple when I have a lot of veggies, because the pineapple adds the sweetness. So usually, actually, I'll do cucumber and pineapple because the watermelon and cucumber doesn't get sweet enough. But if you do the cucumber and pineapple, it gets sweet enough. And then pineapple is a great way to help your digestive system. It definitely clears out your digestive system. At any rate, ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy, the insurance junkie, your fiduciary fella, the all-star advisor Alonzo Hall. And I just did a quick morning Thursday thoughts with y'all. Make sure you hit that like, drop a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're made aware every time I release new content. And as always, share, share, share. Lastly, to contribute to channel growth or to schedule an appointment with a licensed financial professional, the links are in the description of this video. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, wipe ass. Work in progress every day and see success. Wipe ass. Work in progress every day and see success. Wipe ass. Work in progress every day and see success. And remember, folks, when people challenge you, they don't challenge you to challenge you, but they challenge you to challenge you. Accept the challenge. Salute.